back to Twin Cities Live. Okay, friends, it is Diabetes Alert Day. That is a day here. And in America, type 2 diabetes, we all know this. I mean, it is really on the rise.
Yeah, it's really, really unfortunate. So 1 in 3 American adults are pre-diabetic. And of those people, this is sad, 80% don't even know they have it.
Yikes. So Lauren Ehlert, registered dietitian with Livea, and she's here to tell us more about type 2 diabetes and then just kind of fill us in. What do we need to know and how can we get on the healthy track? And I want to start too, Lauren, because I mean, we were just enjoying food from a restaurant. You have a real, I think, healthy outlook in terms of eating most of the time really healthy and then enjoying some great things in life.
Absolutely. Yeah, 2 of the best ways to prevent and manage diabetes are maintaining a healthy weight and eating healthy foods most of the time, which is really the key.
Right. Okay, let's start with the education part of this. So pre-diabetes, diabetes, or diabetes 2, what exactly is it? What are the symptoms of it? Why do 80% of the people not even know they have it?
Well, diabetes is a disease that is characterized by high blood glucose. Glucose comes from the food that we eat. It's totally normal. In someone who doesn't have diabetes, our body releases a hormone called insulin that brings the glucose to our cells so that our body can use it. In type 1 diabetes, the body isn't making the insulin.
Right.
In type 2 diabetes, our body isn't using it well. But the good news is we're going to be talking about how to eat to help manage diabetes, and healthy eating for someone with diabetes would be the same thing as healthy eating for anyone else.
For anybody.
Yeah.
It just is healthy eating. What's an alert day? I mean, today's Diabetes Alert Day. Is this, I mean, there's some sirens going off.
Yeah.
Like, what's
It's
happening?
a wake-up call.
Yeah.
It's a wake-up call by the American Diabetes Association to help people be more aware of their risks for diabetes and what they can do about it.
Okay.
Okay, so some of those things are, so now that we're putting the alert out and we're telling people to wake up to it, so if they were to make sort of a change and be more aware, what could they start doing today?
Well, an important lifestyle change would be in how you eat. Is it if we look at these plates here, I brought a couple examples
These
to
look
share.
great, Lauren.
Thank
I mean,
you.
they
Made them myself.
Oh my gosh, look at you.
So what we have here is we portioned it. So we start off by taking your dinner plate and we filled half of it with non-starchy vegetables.
Okay.
So we have lots of fiber, we have some bright colors, it's very visually appealing, and then we filled a quarter of the plate with a lean protein. I have some chicken in this case. And then the other quarter of the plate is a carbohydrate, and that could be a grain like the pasta that I have here. It can be a starchy vegetable like a potato, it can be a fruit, it can be a dairy.
So do you think a mistake people make when they're trying to eat healthy is they go, oh, well, I'm just going to eat so much less? Because this doesn't look like eating less to me. This looks like a full plate of
or
food.
eliminating like one certain thing.
Right.
Right. I think it's really important to include all of those healthy food groups. And this method can work with any different types of cuisine as long as you're portioning correctly.
Okay.
So another example over here, your food doesn't have to be all parsed out into separate piles. We have a stir fry, so there's some stir-fried chicken, there's those colorful vegetables, and then we have that quarter of a plate, it's usually about a half a cup or so of the starch of the rice. So you can have a complete meal. We don't have to give up a favorite food.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, we talked about the portion control, and both you and I were like, that's still a lot of food.
I know.
You know, like we talk about portion control, everybody's like, oh my gosh, well, what's the size of a steak that I can have, and what's the size of this? And you feel like you're just going to go to one of those fancy restaurants, and just all you have to is little squirts of syrup and
dot of
sauce. Yeah, a little dot. But this is a full belly right here.
It is, yeah. It's full of fiber, it's full of protein, so it'll keep you full for a good amount of time.
Okay, so when you're working with clients at Livea, how do you start to acknowledge, how do you know that someone's on that pre-diabetes track? What are the big warning signs, and what are we really worried about with it? Because it feels, I don't know, it's so widespread that it's almost like people just think that's a normal part of living and getting older.
So whether or not you have diabetes or pre-diabetes is really a question for your doctor.
Okay.
So you're going to want to have your doctor be checking some of those risk factors for you. But if you have a family history of diabetes, a great step is to start taking a look at how you eat. Making your plates abundantly full of those vegetables and managing the rest of your portion sizes while still including a wide variety of healthy foods.
Okay.
And the thing the way that I understand this type 2 diabetes, what we're talking about, is that I think in a lot of ways it can be reversible. I know there's an awareness to this, but it's not just a sentence of like, oh, I've got this condition, I just have to maintain it, talk to my doctor. You can do take measures like this to reverse it and not put yourself in that condition.
Right, right. And I think that that's empowering to give people that knowledge that they do have a measure of control over their own health in terms of what they choose to eat every day. Those carbohydrate foods are the ones that impact our blood sugar the most. So keeping those to about the quarter of the plate is a really helpful first step.
But not necessarily eliminating them altogether.
Absolutely not. Yeah, I think at Livea, our flex plans now include fruit and dairy and grains so that we're involving all of those healthy food groups and keeping a really well-rounded, as you can see, a well-rounded plate.
I've gotten the chance to talk to a lot of your Livea clients as we do those Beyond the Scale stories, Lauren. I know you know this, and I just talked to someone on Monday who was telling me about her A1C3. Is that a right thing? Is that what it is?
Hemoglobin A1C.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
here we went. I was almost there.
I believed you. I'm like,
What is
I think you're right.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I tried. But she said that her numbers improved dramatically, and that is a story that I hear over and over again from people who are talking about their results. That it's amazing.
Yeah, and we hear those stories too on a regular basis,
Yeah.
and it's helpful to know that each person will respond differently, but that you can take some steps to improve your own health.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Well, Lauren,
Thank
thanks
you.
so much. This is like really helpful. This is an alert day. Okay, there's no sirens going off, but we're letting you guys know to be more conscious about it. So if you have questions about your health, just please consult your doctor.
And it is spring, so you can also let Livea help you reach your weight loss goals. And if you sign up now, you can get your first 8 weeks free. You can give them a call, 855-GO-LIVEA, or just visit livea.com. You're good to go.